Hi friends, welcome to Story Time. Story Time is our special time to get together and talk about all the things that make Jesus a superhero, because he totally is. Even better, today I know you guys are learning about painting, and I wanted to show you my favorite painting in the entire world. Let me show you. Now, let me tell you about this painting. This painting was painted by my very special friend, Nisha. Nisha loved painting and she loved God. But Nisha, as she grew older and became a young adult, got very, very sick. In fact, she became so sick that she became unable to use the muscles in her body correctly. What that means, friends, is that she wasn't able to walk or eat or do the things that you and I might do every day. But because of her sickness, that's how I actually got to meet Nisha. I got to come into her life and help her do those things that she couldn't do anymore. Help bathe her, help feed her, and even help dress her. But there was one thing that Nisha never let go of. One thing that she always did, regardless of how sick she was, and that was painting. So friends, how do you paint if you can't use your arms and your legs anymore? How do you paint and communicate what you're painting to people if you can't talk anymore? Well, Nisha figured it out. She tied a band around her head, and from that band, they attached a paintbrush. Nisha was able to paint by using her head. And then when she wanted to tell us what she was creating, she put a pencil in her mouth. We flipped through the dictionary, and she would use her mouth to point to the word that she wanted to name her painting. So let me show you this painting again. This painting is called Redemption. Isn't it beautiful? Nisha painted that with her head. This painting means so much to me. It reminds me of my sweet friend. Unfortunately, Nisha's disease and her sickness got too much for her body, and she passed away, and she went to heaven, and that's where she is now. And friends, that makes me so sad. I miss her so much. Do you guys ever feel that sad? So sad that you want to cry? That happens to me a lot, especially when I think about Nisha. But I can look at this painting and I can remember my sweet friend. And more importantly, I can remember that she's with Jesus and I'm going to see her again. Friends, today's story is about Jesus and as a superhero, how he showed compassion. Now, compassion is a pretty big word for some of our little friends, so let me explain it. Compassion means that we experience the ups and downs in a friend's life with them. That means when your friend gets a new bike and you don't, maybe yours is even wrecked or rusty, you're still happy for your friend. And when your friend's pet or family or friend dies, and you feel sad for them because you know they're in a lot of pain. That's compassion, friends. And Jesus had a lot of it. What made Jesus special as a superhero is that he wasn't afraid to show it. Sometimes when we talk about superheroes, we talk about Spider-Man, Superman, Batman. But all of those superheroes lived life by themselves. Superman lived by himself. Batman covered his face and hid from everyone. Spider-Man wore a complete outfit to hide himself. Jesus didn't do that. He lived life with his friends. He showed compassion to them. He showed love to them. You want to know a secret? Love is what makes Jesus the best superhero ever. So I thought you might want to hear a story about how Jesus showed compassion and love for his friends. Would you like to meet some of his friends? Let's do it. This is Mary and Martha.
Hi!
You may remember these friends from other stories in the Bible. Martha and Mary were sisters, but they were very different, especially how they related to Jesus. Martha was very proper and respectful. Martha loved Jesus very much, but she often tried to show him through her smarts and her actions. Mary, on the other hand, was more vocal and emotional about her love for Jesus. She treated him like her best friend, and you can be sure Mary was a huge fan of Jesus. And then there was Lazarus.
Hi, guys.
Up until now, there's not much that we know about Lazarus, except that he was Mary and Martha's brother, and that Jesus loved him. However, Lazarus is about to get really important in Jesus' story. Lazarus was sick.
What?
No, I mean really sick. No matter what Mary and Martha tried, their brother didn't get any better.
Here, Lazarus, I know what can help you. It's not going to help him. Sure it will. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun.
But sadly, nothing worked.
You, go get the teacher. He'll know what to do. Great idea. If he can make a blind man see, I'm sure he can help our brother. Hurry, quick!
Teacher, come quick. Your friend Lazarus is sick and there isn't much time.
This sickness will not end in death. It will be used for God's glory, and it will glorify the Son because of it.
Wow, guys, it sounds like we're about to see a miracle.
Come, sit.
But wait, why isn't Jesus leaving? Why isn't he running to his friend? Instead, Jesus stayed where he was for another 2 days.
Come. My friend Lazarus is asleep. I must wake him.
The people listening to Jesus didn't understand. They couldn't understand why Jesus, the most important man in the world, needed to be someone's alarm clock.
Lord, if only you'd come sooner. Our brother wouldn't have died. But I suppose even now, when you ask, God shall answer.
Martha, your brother will rise again. I am the resurrection and the life. Anyone who believes in me will live, even if they die. And whoever lives in me by believing will never die. Do you believe?
I do believe. If you were here, my brother would have lived. Why weren't you here? Why, Lord?
Sisters, show me where Lazarus is.
This way.
Then something happened. Jesus was so overwhelmed by the love he saw in those around him for his friend Lazarus. He was overwhelmed by their love and their pain, and so he wept. You see, what was so special about this moment was that Jesus, knowing he was about to perform a miracle, still stopped to be present with his friends. He didn't tell them to toughen up. He didn't say, "Don't you have faith in me?" Instead, he shared their pain and love. He showed compassion.
No, my Lord, it's been 4 days. The smell is horrid.
Martha, don't you believe in me? Lazarus, come out.
Friends, can you help me? On the count of 3,
say Jesus' words together. 1, 2, 3.
Lazarus, come out!
Little help here.
Lazarus!
That's me.
Friends, wasn't that an amazing story? Jesus was definitely compassionate to his friends. He definitely showed his love to his friends. And here's the best part. We are his friends. So friends, just as much as Jesus is compassionate to us, let's really work on being compassionate to others. How can you be compassionate to your friends, to your family, to strangers? How can you even be compassionate to those people that don't show you love? People that maybe are mean. What if we were compassionate and we try to understand why they might not treat us as nicely as they should? Friends, I can't wait to tell you another story. Next time, we're going to be talking about another thing that makes Jesus a superhero, but you're going to have to wait. Right now, you're going to get to have encounter time with Miss Erica. Encounter time is so special, and I can't wait for you to learn about it. Encounter time is your time to meet with Jesus. You just got to learn about him, and now you get to meet with him. It's going to be a sweet time, friends. Until next story,